good morning everyone. This is Parveen. Today we are on a fourth session of this particular chapter of class 9th civics, chapter number 1, democracy in contemporary world. Now in our last three sessions or last three videos, we have seen two factual examples to understand democracy in contemporary world or in present world. We have seen the two factual examples of Chile and Poland. In Chile, we have seen that first there was a democracy. After democracy fails, there was a military dictatorship. Then again, people restored democracy in Chile. And in Poland, we have seen that there is a workers' party. There is one-party system. People don't have a choice to elect their own government. Then afterwards, people decided to have a democracy, and they have democracy in Poland. In both the examples, we have seen that democracy is very important for the people because it gives certain rights or certain freedom to people which people enjoys, and it gives certain political rights and social rights or civil rights to people, which is very compulsory nowadays if people wanted to enjoy their freedom. So with these two examples, we also have seen certain features of democracy. We have seen that if a country is a democratic country, it gives its citizens certain political rights, that those citizens or those people can elect their own government through elections. They have a right to vote, to choose their own government, and they have freedom to speech, freedom of expression, freedom to express their views and opinions regarding the government or regarding the other affairs of the country or other matters of the country. So all these things are the features of democracy which we have seen till now. Now in this particular session, we will see three different eras, three different times, and in that time how democracy is expanded in world, and what is the condition of world regarding democracy. Okay, so we have three different times, that is from 19th century, that is 1900 to 1950, then from 1950 to 1975, then afterwards from 1975 to 2000 or after 2000. What is the condition of democracy in world? We will see that now in this particular session. So first we will start with democratic government in 1900 to 1950. That means in 19th century, we can say that, when we are talking about the democracy in world, when we see the political condition of world, Europe and Asia, both, if we will see in European countries or in Asia, in Asian countries, there was monarchy, or you can say that there was a rule of kings, both in European countries and Asian countries. In European countries, they want, after the industrial revolution, when there is an industrial revolution, they wanted to expand their market, and they want raw material from other countries. So they come to Asian countries for the search of new market or to gain raw materials from them. But afterwards, what they have done, they started capturing the Asian countries, which is called as colonialism. Colonialism means when forcefully we captured some other territories or territories of some other countries. Same thing happens in Europe. To gain power, European countries attack each other, and there is a war to capture or to rule each other's territory. So that was the situation over there. But in 18th century, but slowly or gradually it changes. After colonialism, because of the colonialism, there is a First World War and Second World War. And after the First and Second World War, people realized that colonialism or war is not good for human beings, or not good for the society, or not good for the world. That is why they have decided to make accept democracy, because democracy is a such type of government which give peace or which give freedom to its people, or freedom to government to govern the country or to govern the people. So that is why in 19th century, we will see, it shows that after the end of the Second World War, as I have given you the scenario now, that due to colonialism, there was a First World War and Second World War, which you can learn in 10th standard in detail. So after First World War and Second World War, you can say that after Second World War, democracy arises. As I have told you, First World War and Second World War, there was lakhs of people have been killed in that war, both from European nations or Asian countries. and so many economic loss was there, political loss, political instability was there. The whole world suffer with the economic and political and social instability. To recover all these things or to maintain peace in world, it is very compulsory to accept such type of government which gives peace to the world, and that government is democratic government. That is why after the Second World War, democracy arises in the whole world. Then in 1900, many countries has already become democratic. So in 19th century, many countries already has accepted democracy, like England, America, like you can say England is there who accept democracy, and you can say that after England, French Revolution was taken place to restore democracy in France. American War of Independence was there to have democracy. So in 1900, you can say that many countries have already set themselves as a democratic country. So in 1900, you can say that because of the World War or because of the political or economic instability in the whole world, countries wanted to have democracy, and as a result democracy arises, or democracy was expanded in the whole world. After 1950, when we talk about in 1975 or democratic government in 1975, as I have told you, most of the colonies had gained independence, like India, China. All these are the colonies who is under the rule of European nations like England, France, and Portuguese and Dutch. They are under the rule of all these Western powers, and they become colonies of those Western powers. But as they ruled upon those colonies also wanted to gain independence. So there was a Indian, we can say that a national in India we are having freedom struggle to gain independence, and after India, China has also started independence war, or you can say that freedom struggle like India. So in India, China and many other countries are there, or many other colonies are there who got independence in 1975. And after getting independence, they restore the democracy. After getting independence, they want democratic government or democratic nation. Like we can take an example of India. After getting independence in 1945, when we got independence, we have decided that we will make our country as a democratic nation or republic government, and we declare ourselves as a democratic country, and we make a constitution for ourselves, so that no one can rule upon us, but people will choose the government to rule or to govern. So this is the condition of 1975 about democracy. And when we talk about democratic government in 2000, you can see that it has expanded in many countries till 2000. From 1900 to 2000, you can say that 19th century to 20th century, the democratic government has expanded in the whole world. 90% of the world countries becomes democratic, because democracy is very compulsory. It shows through many things, like war, like political instability, economic instabilities are there, and to overcome with all these things, the whole world wanted to accept democracy. So this is the three conditions or three eras in which we can say that, or we can see that how democracy has been expanded. Now when we are talking about these three eras, now what is the result of these? When we have these three eras, when we combine these three eras, what is the result of democracy in world? Now we will see that democracy has expanded throughout the 20th century. We will see in that particular three eras, we have seen that in 19th century there was a Second World War. After Second World War, people wanted to have a democracy. That means struggle to have a democracy has started in 19th century. And slowly or gradually from 19th century till 20th century, the struggle has been there. And in 20th century, people get success to have democracy in the whole world. So you can say that democracy has expanded throughout the 20th century. It started from 19th century and it went till 20th century. Now secondly, we can say that democracy did not spread evenly in all parts of the world. If you see democracy, if you see these three eras, democracy is not expanded in all the parts of the world. It is distributed unevenly. Unevenly means some part of the world have democracy, but some part of the world has communalism. Someone has socialism. or socialist, like you can say that Russia is having a socialist party, okay. They are, and when we are talking about the Germany is following communalism. Many Gulf countries are there, they don't have a democratic government over there. Nowadays also Gulf countries are there who don't have a democratic government. They follow monarchy, or you can say they follow socialism, a socialist or communalism. Government, communist government or socialist government are there in Russia or many Gulf countries. So you can say that when we are talking about the democracy from 19th century to 20th century, it is unevenly distributed in all parts of the world. That means all parts of the world is not has not accepted democracy. Now thirdly, we can say that it was first established in one region. Now when we are talking about the democracy, it hasn't spread suddenly, or it hasn't spread completely. First it was established in one region, then after that it spread to other regions. Like first, when we are talking about the colonies, India gained independence and declared itself as a democratic country. After that China has a freedom struggle. Like that, in one region democracy is there in one region, then after that, by looking to the result or a positive result of the democracy, other regions also wanted to have a democracy. Like that, democracy was spreading in the whole world. And lastly, we can say that while the majority of our countries are democratic in 2000 or after 2000, there are still large part of the world that are non-democratic. Just now I have given you an example of Russia. I have given you an example of Gulf countries where there is no democracy till now. So I hope you have understood all these things, how from 19th century to 20th century democracy has been spread and what is the result of that. So all this is about this particular session. Now in next session we will see how this democracy has begun and how it ends. Thank you.